Hi there, you're watching MissMalini.com.
So Sid, thanks for coming to our office today. It's nice to have you at our headquarters, and you brought along your Sid Claus stocking.
Sid Claus stocking filled with candy canes. I think this one's a little broken, but plenty for everyone. The festive season.
So sweet.
My favorite time of year.
When did you get back? You know, you were between LA and you're traveling around. So when did you get back and what's going on?
Well, I got back about a week ago. So I've been in LA, as you mentioned before that. Good to be back in India to be able to come and do things like this as well. But yeah, it's far, man, LA. That's the only problem with LA. It's on the other side of the world. It's too far from everything. It's like being on, I don't know. It's a nightmare, but it's good.
So what have you been doing in LA? Now we've been hearing a lot about you know going to start doing movies and do something. So what's going on?
We hope so. I mean, that's the plan. It was sort of I'm there sort of taking acting classes and getting into that world. It's something I've always wanted to do and something I've always been interested in doing as well. But having been born into this family, you sort of expected to do the business, which I gave it a go and didn't enjoy it, and I moved on. It all kind of started from that online blog that I did, or not blog, sorry, that chat show that I did, that No Boundaries, during the IPL 2012.
Right.
And a lot of things sort of steamrolled from that, and we got so much feedback from that. People were like, oh, you've got a great presence on camera, you speak well, this and that. Why don't you go and try this sort of stuff? And there was interest from the US, more in the sort of hosting space. And once I got there, they were like, well, actually, you know what, why don't you try it? You've seen so much in your life, you have so many personal experiences. It may be quite easy for you to actually put that together and start acting. And so I started taking classes and things have progressed amazingly. So yeah, I couldn't be happier.
So I know a lot of your fans here probably are wondering, and you can clarify, why not Bollywood? Why don't you start at home?
Well, I've said this before. I think I'd be useless at Bollywood as well. I don't think I'd be able to do it. It's got different sensibilities. I was brought up in the UK. I was born in America. So my whole life I've been, for all intensive purposes, a Westerner. And Bollywood was never something that appealed to me, even watching it. I never used to grow up watching it. So for me to do Bollywood, first of all, let me just clarify, whatever I do in life, I always want to be the best, right? I don't want to do something for the sake of doing it. And I just feel like in Bollywood, I'd never be able to be the best.
Right.
And I wouldn't be able to give the audiences what they want to see. Because, I mean, if you're a little boy sitting in Bihar who's saved up 3 weeks worth of his money to go and watch a film, and then I turn up on screen sounding like this, looking like this, as British as a Yorkshire pudding, they're not going to really get on with it. It's not really something that I feel like I'd be cheating the audience as much as myself.
Right.
Though it's easy, I'm sure I could have done it by now. I mean, there were offers, I'll tell you that much. But it wasn't something that I felt comfortable doing because I didn't think I'd be any good at it.
And what kind of movie would you like to be in Hollywood? Like an action or a romance? What kind of character do you think you'd be good at?
Oh, I don't know. I think I always saw myself as more of the sort of dramatic type. Like I always wanted to do sort of the Tom Cruise's films, like his character of Mitch McDeere in The Firm, and obviously Maverick in Top Gun, that sort of stuff. But then I did this showcase for ABC and they gave me a comedic scene to do, and apparently everyone loved it. So now they're sort of looking at more comedy roles as well. Because their whole sort of thing out there is if you can do comedy, you can do drama, but not the other way around. So we'll just have to wait and see what sort of comes.
And you're looking really fit. You lost a lot of weight. Tell us, you have a shoot tomorrow. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I do. I've probably lost a little bit in the last couple of days, but apart from that, I'm the same as I've been. Shooting for Men's Health tomorrow, so I guess that's the one magazine that you've got to look as good as possible on. So yeah.
So what's your secret? I'm sure a lot of guys want to know. How do you look fit for a Mel?
No, well, this is the first time I'm trying this. I've got a nutritionist in America who sent me a diet plan, and it's awful. Right? It's horrible. It's brutal. It's literally eating boiled fish, boiled vegetables, no salt, no flavor, nothing. 1 liter of water a day and sips throughout the day. And the idea is for the 3 days before the shoot is to get all the fluid and the liquid out of the system so you can look as cut as possible. And then just before the shoot, load up on carbs, load up on honey and bananas and stuff like that, which is meant to fill the muscle out. So we'll see tomorrow how it looks.
I can't wait to see. And what do you do for exercise? Are you a big gym freak?
Yeah, huge. I like going to the gym because it's like, I'm a very active person. I've always had too much energy for my own good. My mum always used to say when I was a kid that if I could sit still for 5 minutes, I'd win a prize. I never won. But, so it's a good way just to release that built-up energy that I have and, sort of get it out in a constructive manner. So I spend around gym 6 times a week, cardio 4 days a week. A lot of Pilates, that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, it keeps me going.
And for all the Sid Mallya fans, when can they see you in something finally? I'm sure everybody wants to know. So what can I look forward to? What am I waiting to watch?
no one would be happier to see me in something than myself. So trust me, I'm waiting as well. And hopefully, the sooner rather than later. I think 2014 is going to be a big year for me, touch wood. I just, have that good feeling. I think this is proper wood here, touch wood. And so hopefully sooner rather than later. Things have, I've been doing this for a year and a half now, slightly under. And things have progressed at a rate far quicker than we ever would have anticipated. So, things are going in the right direction, and hopefully if it continues in the same manner with the same momentum, then it will be sooner rather than later.
Awesome.